Hello everyone, I'm Manoranjan H, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government First Grade College, Bagepalli. Today we are going to discuss about strategic human resource management, which is prescribed by Bangalore North University for 5th semester BBA. The topic which we are going to discuss today is human resource investment considerations. In my previous video, we discussed on approaches and various barriers or hindrances affecting strategic human resource management. Today, we shall discuss on different investment considerations perspective to human resource management or human resource management in the organization. The outcome of the particular video or a session is to make you understand the different investment criteria. What are the use or purpose of investing in human capital? We can call it as human capital as well. What is the pros and cons of human capital or in human resource investment consideration in an organization? So we'll start. As you can see in this particular slide, there are two important factors with respect to human resource investment considerations. The first one is cost factor. Second one is return on investment or rate of return factor. If you can consider the cost factor, there are three important categories of factors which affect cost of human resources. First one is acquisition cost. As you can see, the first one is acquisition cost, which means what is the cost or expenses which are incurred to acquire an employee or candidates to the organization. Because if we are putting our money in something, if we are doing any kind of business, if we are investing in something, definitely we'll look into the pros and cons. What is the purpose or what is the cost which is incurred or incurring, and what is the return we are going to expect. So here, since we are investing in a human resource or employees, the HR manager's prime objective is to look after the acquisition cost. So how much the cost is being invested into particular employees. He has to check whether what is the total number of amount or total cost which is incurred or incurring to acquire specific candidates to a particular job. The first one is acquisition cost. Second thing, training and development cost. The second important cost which is incurred for human resource management is training and development cost. Once the desired or particular employees or candidates have been hired for the company for a specific project or a work, next he has to look after the training and development parameters. So it is also very important cost. He has the of the HR manager has to look into the particular cost. He has to analyze what type of training or to be given to particular employees to develop their knowledge or skill set like that. So he has to analyze how much cost is being incurred for how many employees in the organization to be self-developed for the which incur which in turn related to the organizational development as well. So the first important cost which is incurring for a human resource is acquisition cost. After that are followed by training and development cost. The last one is welfare cost. No doubt, in order to increase his knowledge or performance or skill set, he has to undergo various training programs, and he has to climb the ladder. We have different ladders in an organization. You have to climb the ladder in terms of welfare activities. He has to HR manager has to look into it, and he has to analyze what is the total welfare cost, what is the total development cost which is incurred for an employee, or how many employees are rendering for all these things should be concluded or should be incurred here. Definitely these are the three important human resource costs which are considered for human resource investment considerations are concerned. So first is cost. Next we are discussing on the important parameters, which is return on investment or rate of return. So we have three costs which are incurred for a human resource. Next we have rate of return. First one is measurement of return on organization building. we have hired specific candidates for the organization. They have been given proper training and development, and their overall development is being considered. They are giving very good amount of their knowledge to particular projects accomplishment. And he is also looking the HR. The prime objective of HR manager is to look into the cost which is incurred for him and the rate of return they are rendering to the particular organization. So they have to look into the overall objective of the organization is being done or succeeded or not. He has to check out that. So he has to measure, for example, 100 or 10 or 100 employees have been hired for a particular project, and certain amount of cost has been incurred for them for the training and everything. And are they giving particular amount of return to whatever the cost which has been incurred for them, or are they satisfying the needs of the requirement or needs of the organizational development, like that they have to analyze. So the first important measurement is organization building. Are they really developing a project? Are they really doing great work in their particular task or project? They have to check into. The first one is measurement of return on organizational building. Second thing, measurement of return on organization utilization. So here it comes for the project level. If you are considering whatever the task they have been hired, the cost is being incurred for them, are they satisfying the particular cost? They have been given specific amount of cost, and they've been given proper amount of training to everything. Are they satisfying the needs of the particular project? Are they utilizing properly the project requirement? The HR manager has to look into all these things. So two important things HR manager has to look into with respect to human resource investment is consideration or organization building and organization utilization. Because the very purpose of the investment in terms of human resources concerned, uh, there are acquisition costs, training and development costs, welfare costs, everything. They serving the purpose of the organizational needs and development? HR manager has to look into all these things. So this is the broad category or broad criteria of human resource investment considerations is concerned. In the next slide, in this particular slide, as you can see, there are other important parameters with respect to human resource investments are considered. The first one is management values. Considering the top value, top level board of directors or CEO level, we have values, philosophies of management or senior managers. So the decisions which they are going to take are very important, because the decisions are like strategic decisions. They will be considered as strategic decisions with respect to employees are concerned and overall organization development is concerned. So whenever human resource investment is considered here, they have to look into the management values. Are they serving the purpose of the values or objectives of the organization? They have to look into. The second thing is risk return on investment. As we discussed in the previous video, are they serving the purpose why they have been hired? There are two important parameters here. One is cost, another one is return. So we discussed this particular parameter in the last slide. Next one considered as economic rationale for investment in training. So this is in terms of monetary benefits are considered. They have to check into the are they the monetary benefits are concerned. They have been considered as HR value adder or critical resources are concerned. So because certain amount of employees have been hired for a particular task, are they serving the purpose or not? They have to consider the value they are generating. Are they really generating the value for the company? They have to look into. Next, the last one is utility theory. Here the new concept which comes here is utility theory, which explains the outsourcing as an alternative to investment in human resource. Instead of developing on their own, giving training on their own, the certain amount of human resource organizations, what they do, they hire people to outsource in the organization. Because there are people who are outsiders who are very knowledgeable compared to the people who are already in the organization. They will be having higher knowledge. They will be paid for certain amount of training to be given to the employees. So this will be considered, because As we can see, these kind of utility theory will be very much applicable in BPOs, like business process outsourcing companies. Some of the government companies are, as well as many private companies are going for a utility theory, like outsourcing people to do alternative work for a human resource in the organization in terms of training or development or value adding is concerned. So in this particular slide, we discussed on the various human resource investment considerations pertaining to the top level, like management values, risk return trade-off or risk return investment, economic rationale, and utility theory. In this particular slide, as you can see, the well-being or positive employment relationship or individual and organizational performance is been linked with these three things, because the strategic decisions have been taken at the top level, which has to be accomplished by the HR people through employees. So there are three important categories which comes here. So you can see investing in employees, engaging in work, a positive social and physical and environment. They have to build up voice, communication, technology, and organizational support. So these are the parameters HR managers or HR people have to look into. Why they have to look into all these things? Because there are two important parameters. One is they have to satisfy the objectives of the organization, and the overall development is a prime factor here. So which in turn develops social, psychological, physical, and social well-being. They not only consider the cost and return parameter, they also have to look into the values are concerned. They have to also look into the morale, employee morale, the overall social well-being or positive work environment is concerned. They have to look into all those things. Next, it helps in investment in human resource also helps in developing trust, fairness, security, fulfilled psychological contrast, high quality of working lifestyle. Because some organizations will definitely think investment in human resource will be only cost and return parameter, but many of the organizations nowadays think that investing in human resource is very much essential in terms of overall development, or in terms of human values are concerned, social well-being is concerned, total organizational development is concerned for future. Investing in human resource is very much essential, which definitely creates positive employment relationship in the organization, because they have been given that they're not only giving salaries, they're also giving proper trainings and making them learn themselves with adequate technology and different compensation benefits is concerned. Their overall development, personal overall development will be there, which will in turn related to the organizational development. So here we can see the end results will be individual and organizational performance, because each and every employee will be considered as an asset to the organization. And if they are treated as an asset to the organization, considering their skill set is concerned and which is being given proper training, definitely their individual performance will be increased, which in turn related to organizational performance and organizational development. So this, see the beautiful slide here. As we already discussed this, many of the organizations will consider with respect to human resource investment is concerned, there are two important parameters that comes into picture. One is employment cost, employee contribution. So if we are investing 100 rupees to an employee for their development, the return should also be more 100, or it should be more than 100. It should not be less than 100, because this is the strategy which is being taken by human resource managers or board of like top level strategies. Because if we are investing, if the employee contribution is less than the cost which is being incurred for an employee or human resource, it is again there will be a negative shade or negative or a loss or something which is hindrance to the organizational development. Hence, it is very important for every human resource manager or top level managers or board of directors, taking strategic decisions are concerned, or investing in human resources is concerned, they have to look into all these parameters which we have discussed in the particular slides. In this particular slide, till now we have discussed what is the pros and cons for investment, human resource investment considerations are considered. In this particular slide, we'll discuss on the benefits of investing in human capital development. So we have invested so much for employee development or human resource development. What is the purpose of it? Is there any benefit? We will discuss here. As you can see, the first point says increase employment satisfaction. As we already discussed, if we not only think employees are just normal employees, we are giving salaries and like that, they will be considered as an asset. They will be giving proper training. They will be considered as a family member. They will think that there will be employee satisfaction. They will definitely feel very happy that their ideas are there. They are considered very unique. So which in turn definitely link to productivity, like more productivity, and employees will be satisfied. Second thing, improve retention rates, because since we are giving the very preference to employee human capital development, like in terms of overall development, definitely it will reduce the retention rates. Okay, there is no employee going out of the company, and they will stay for a longer time because they are very much satisfied in the working in the present organization, and which will definitely reduce the retention rates. Next one, develop employee engagement. So definitely this is a very important point where considering employees are asset to the organization and investing more and more to them, they will be engaged in different projects, and they're giving different. The productivity will also be definitely increasing, and they will always engaged in different teams and work. This will in turn in productivity and profitability. Next one, develop client engagement. Once the employees are engaged, employee engagement is very much seen in the organization, which in turn related to the client management. The success rate of project delivery will be very much increasing, and the employee and the client relationship will also be increasing. The next one, improve return on investment. As we already discussed in the previous slides, we are investing 100 rupees to an employee, the return will be more than 100, because we are treating employees as asset to the company, and they are treating as a family members, and they have been given very important preferences in the organization. Definitely it will increase the return on investment. Next one, improved organizational communication. As we already discussed this, because employees are treated as a very asset to the company, and they've been given proper training, they have been considered as asset, and family members are considered. There is no lagging behind communication is concerned. Each department's information will pass very smoothly, and there will not be any barrier or hindrances between different departments, which in turn definitely related to organizational development. Next one, better recruitment. Since we are already, it is a very important point with respect to human resource investment is concerned, because here strategies, the objectives of the organization or human resource manager is to analyze the cost and return parameter. Definitely in the strategy itself, they will be thinking while framing the strategies or organizational policies itself. They will be thinking how many employees have been recruited, how many employees to be recruited for a particular project. They will do the cost and profit analysis, and better recruitment will definitely happen in this perspective. And the last one says greater company culture. In the first three slides, we already discussed with this, with respect to the, it is not only increasing the return percentage, it is also definitely increasing the morale or company culture. If there is a positive work environment in the organization, and definitely it increases the company culture in the organization. So all these slides we have discussed on various investments considerations in an organization, and what is the purpose of it, or benefits which we are going to discuss, which we have discussed till now. It definitely, and concluding, while concluding, definitely we can say that investing in human resource capital or human resource or employees will definitely render very much or very it's a very good return to every organization in future as well. With this, I conclude myself with the presentation of different investment considerations and the benefits of investing in human capital development. Thank you.